Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men.
Basically, if the guy is rich, what ends up happening is the lawyer contacts the person and be like, hey, you know, your name gonna be all in the paper, so you might as well just settle out of court.
I can recognize talent. Even if I don't agree with the politics, a lot of the politics that was underlying in the show and some of the sentiments he was trying to share, I recognize artistry when an artist is present.
Yes, this is the definition of absolutely cooked. We'll never go back and take a look at her bad decision and take accountability for any of that.
Because there is powerful people in the industry, somehow there is a different law that applies to them. And I agree with that assessment.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin made me rip bones. But no matter how close I hide, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their palms would bleed, begging that generations remember our story.
You got part of me. I be recording so much, I forget sometimes to blow my screen back up. Peace and blessings, though, man. Hope all is well with everybody in the building. This world is foul, man. This world is foul. And it's only the grace, the mercy of God himself that we are still here, fully functional, fully capable, still without arms, limbs, fingers. We can breathe straight. We ain't got no weird limps. We ain't walking funny. We got all of our lungs. Like, we're not on a ventilator or no craziness like that. You know what I'm saying? I know people want to complain a lot, and it's easy to do, but truth be told, compared to some folks, we got it hella easy. So I don't want to take life for granted. I don't want to take right now for granted. The video that I'm going to play, it showed me a couple of things. One, your family will do it to you before the people on the outside will. Two, be prayed up at all times. Now, this story has been out for a long time. I just saw it for the first. But I don't believe my audience has seen this. I highly doubt it. The original video that I was going to play was a lot longer than this one. The original one was somewhere between 3 to 7 minutes. I'm kind of mad at myself because what I should have done was actually I should have recorded it when I had the chance to. I bullshitted and I messed around and missed my opportunity. So I had to go with an alternate. The alternate is pretty effective. It gets the job done. It's not as expressive as the original, but it's going to pretty much get you to the destination. You might want to know why I decided to speak on this. Well, I wanted to discuss this one because spiritual warfare is real. Your mental health is important. And on top of that, we take we take people for granted way too much. Now, before I go into the video, do me a solid, like, share, repost, let the people know that we are on. I will be going live later on today too, so don't get it twisted. This is an early edition. I wanted to knock this one out. I want first and foremost, because I want to give my flowers and pay my respect to the young lady and the grandchild that lost their life here. The mother of the man who eventually got time for this. His girlfriend who got time for killing the child, which is crazy. You're not going to hear the full story or details behind that. Like, this shit is wild, man. It don't matter how often I'm on social media. It don't matter how many times I scroll up and down this timeline. I always find something different or something new. Like, people are competing to see who's the most fucked up, or who can be the most envious, or the most pervasive, or the most jealous, or the most destructive, or the most loud, or the most, oh, look at me, look at me. It's bad enough that we kill each other just off the strength of, I don't know, being human. We want to covet what another person has. We hate a person over their religion. We hate a person over the way they drive a car. We got road rage. You got somebody that didn't want me, and so now I have to seek revenge on you. Yeah. We're going to talk about it. In all my years on this earth, I don't think I've ever felt this heartbroken or saddened for the people, for the kids growing up, to have to see this. You got to watch women like Mariah Mills destroy her body, go out of her way to destroy a man because of his need and his lust and desires. You got to watch women like Cardi B open up her legs to multiple men and then cry and complain on social media about her decisions and choices. Travis Hunter, one of the biggest idiots in 2025. R-Truth gets kicked out of the WWE after he done gave damn near all of his life to that company because he's black. Children killing parents. Parents killing children. My timeline is a combination of death, destruction, and sex. My timeline is a combination of rage bait, political garbage, and a clutter and cluster of echo chamber feces, fecal matter, number one and number two, a bunch of jargon, a bunch of how-tos, which no one is following, a bunch of science that no one believes in. This woman not only loses her life to the one that she gave birth to, but she loses it in such a gruesome way. The original video that I had, it would have made you sick to your stomach. You probably would have, like, they blurred it out. The original one I had, they blurred it out. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna play this here, and then we're gonna go into the stream. But see, here's the difference. When I talk about stuff like this, it's because I want to honor folks that are no longer here anymore. They don't have a voice. They can't speak up for themselves. Put focus on mental health. Why it's important for you to be involved with your loved ones and your family. Why it's important not to hold in hostility and anger and bitterness. Let me see here. I'm gonna bring this up on the screen real quick. So I'm about to do a multi live. I just want to get all of my shit right. Hold on. They ain't gonna be able to see the video. Y'all can see it, but they won't be able to see it. It's about a 1 minute and 40-second clip. Let's see here. If you familiar with the story, share what you've gotten out of it. I don't think anybody has really heard of this story before. It's a billion people on this earth. We all got shit that we've gone through. Ups and downs, trials and errors, smiles and cries. And like, before I even play this video, I want to send my thoughts and prayers out to everybody that's watching. I don't have a hatred bone in my body. I don't got nothing to prove to you or no one else. I'm not trying to solicit no one. I genuinely mean this. I hope and pray that you get everything that God wants for you. I hope and pray that you break any addictions and any habits that you might have. I hope and pray that you find forgiveness in your heart. I hope and pray that you meet your tribe. I hope and pray that you break any holds that Satan got on you. I hope and pray that you find clarity, that you find vision, that you find purpose, that you find healing, that you find covering. If you got issues with your loved ones, distant, long distance, make up for it. If you are struggling making a decision on moving in a direction that is good for you, pray on it. We got to do a lot of prayer, a lot of repenting. I'm not going to lie to you. So let's do this. I'm gonna bring this up on the screen. Trying to figure out what angle I want this on. I'm gonna bring it down here at the bottom. Just do that.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Okay, so
Just, I'm gonna start it back over. I'm gonna let this play all the way through. Now, the young lady that you see on the screen, she is covering this on TikTok. There's at least 10 to 15 different people telling the story. So all of the versions that I've seen have been pretty accurate. She's the one that got me closer to how I wanted it to be told. So we're gonna play this through. I'm gonna let y'all listen, and we're just gonna go from there. Hopefully, I don't have an issue. Hold on a second.
welcome back. Okay, so I randomly ran across this on Reddit, and I am shocked and appalled. Picture here is a man named Bashid Mclean. So, in a roundabout way, Bashid was mad because him and his mama had a very tumultuous relationship, and she told him one day while they were arguing, "Hey, you're a bad father." Guess what Bashid did? Stabbed her so many times in her neck that her head was removed. Then he took the head, took a picture with it, posted it on Facebook, and then had his homeboy help dismember the body. And they spread the body parts around the Bronx. Of course, some walkers found it, turned it in, found out it was his mom. He got clocked, went to jail. But of course, his defense pleaded that he was insane. They said, you might be, but you still getting 25 years. Y'all ever heard about that? Let's chat. And I'm back with another follow-up for the Bashid story. So, several years after Bashid was tried and put in jail for the unaliving of his mother, the mother of his child unalived their child. Follow what I'm saying? Bashid's in jail for unaliving his mother. Several years later, Bashid's baby mother unalived their child. And any of these reports, it never says why she did it, but she did it. So now Bashid unalived his mother. Bashid's baby mother unalived their kid. And now she's in jail. He's in jail. Mama and mama's grandkid is unalive. All for what? Have y'all heard?
Give y'all a little context. Bashid's mom had some addictions. She wasn't willing, or she wasn't capable of taking care of him as a child. So she gave him up for adoption. She cleaned herself up. She went looking for him, got him back. And there was some resentment. But we know there's more to it. Spiritual warfare is real. When Satan is allowed to destroy you from the inside internally and screw you up mentally and take you off of your destination, distract you with drugs, with humans, with clothes, with houses and cars. When Satan is able to romanticize you and snare you, you transform completely. You turn into somebody that you never thought you would ever be in life. You want to talk about sad? Let's talk about what it would have taken to get a mother like her to get to a place in her own life, first of all, to become unfit for her child. There's a root for everything. Doesn't really matter if you believe me or disagree with me. These are just my thoughts and my opinions. But there's a root cause for how everybody ends up, how your personality becomes who you are. Whether or not you become a successful mogul or you become a cashier at a Pepsi Cola or McDonald's, or how you become a murderer, or how you become a narcissistic person who don't know how to love or be loved by people. Satan knows our weaknesses, our strengths, and he uses them so methodically that by the time you realize that you've been duped, you've been manipulated and controlled, you've already burnt down 3 houses, you've already ruined 20 relationships, you've already gotten fired, you've already done caught diseases, you've been to jail, you've destroyed your body externally and internally. You've become reprobate. You don't hear rules, you don't hear laws, you don't hear reason, you don't hear rhyme, you don't hear rationality, you don't know how to listen to people, you don't know how to communicate, you don't know what up and down is, you don't know who's telling the truth, who's lying to you. Satan knows how to fuck people up for life. If you don't have discernment and you don't have people around you. I never knew him, her, or anyone involved in this. But see, you got to go back to the root, which is the mom. Now, the mom is no longer alive. She can't tell her story. She can't express to her what it was like growing up for her, what her relationships were like with her family, if there were medical issues, if there were spiritual issues, what she suffered, what she went through to become who she was, to end up laying down with a man that will either play a role in their life or not. Every decision we make leads us to one place or another. Doesn't really matter what the time limit is. It doesn't matter if you're the Pope. It doesn't matter if you're the President of the United States. Your decisions ultimately take you to and fro. And this is one of the reasons why I never judge a person. Not in the way where I'm persecuting you for being black or white. I'm not going to persecute you for smoking crack. I'm not going to persecute you for opening your legs up to 30,000 dudes, or I'm not going to judge you for this or judge you for that. I'm not judging you based on your life decisions. You're going to get judgment from me based on the trajectory of life that I decide to take, and I have to figure out if you are destructive to yourself, and if you're going to be destructive to me moving forward. I have to protect myself as well as everybody else around me. And it breaks my heart for a number of reasons. One, because I don't know where this woman ended up. I don't know if she's in heaven or hell. I don't know what is going to happen to the son. I mean, you really think about this entire situation. If we go back to our own personal experiences, go back to when you were a child. The sins of the father always end up following the children until someone stops it. That spirit travels throughout your lineage The goal is to eradicate every single one of us off of this planet and send us to a place of continuous torment. That woman and her destiny and her future was already in the palms of an angel and a demon. I don't know who won here. In order for a child to be able to stab, dismember, and then scatter your own flesh and blood throughout the city of New York, that takes a lot of demonic oppression. There's no way in the world you're going to convince me that a mentally able, mentally sound human being gets up one day and says, I'm just going to go ahead and kill my mom. Then I'm going to cut her head off, and then I'm going to take pictures and I'm going to take videos of me He took videos and pictures of the dismembered head of his mom. That's some of the most graphic shit I could ever see. Do you understand the level of evil, the level of wickedness has to be inside of you to be able to do something like that? Was that inherited? Because, like, seriously, nobody is born that way. No one is born evil. You're born in sin, but you're not born it. Like, you're not coming out like Chucky with a knife in your hand already. Someone failed the mother, and because they failed the mother failed the son, the father failed the son, the father failed the mother. Someone didn't put an end to the wickedness that was being spread throughout their house. Y'all think it's a joke, and you laugh at it, and you clown, and you play around with this shit like it's a joke. Like Satan ain't real. Like, he don't follow you, he don't monitor you, that he doesn't tempt you, that he doesn't do everything in his power to put you in a position to lose it all. Satan is absolutely real. He wants to wipe everybody out. He has no love for a single soul. No love for me, you, the president of the United States. He doesn't have any love for the Satanists, the ones that practice it. He ain't got love for not a single OnlyFans model out here. He don't care about none of us. He goes after kids and adults. It really don't make no difference where he takes his pit stop. If he can use you to get angry, to get emotional, to get irrational, to make poor decisions and choices, if he can get you to blaspheme and turn your back against the Creator, he will do it. It hurts. It hurts. And I ain't got to know you personally to feel a certain type of way. Anybody who loses their life the way that she did, and his child, that's crazy. He pleads guilty No, he pleads insanity, and they still give him 25. I'm gonna tell you right now at the break, 25 is not enough. 25 years in prison and you killed your mom, you got somebody to help you cut her up, and you took pictures of the shit. You not you're not insane. Even if they diagnosed that shit, you're not insane, my nigga. You are possessed. You are walking around with some real demons inside of you, sir. But the apple don't fall from the tree. Somebody in his bloodline demonstrates the same characteristics and traits as he did before he was born. Someone within his mother's heritage carries the same type of shit with them. I'm certain of it. I don't know her, but everybody got something in their household. Everybody got a gay family member. Everybody got a drug addict in their house. Everybody got somebody who's an alcoholic or a liar or they're a klepto. We all have these similarities in some ways. It might not be you personally, but it doesn't elude. It doesn't. He suffered, and I'll say all this to say, justice to me is not served here. He should never be able to walk this green earth unless he's in a padded room with cuffs on him. He should never be able to walk out here. But who's going to stop the cycle? The mom didn't do it. The siblings, they didn't do it. You know, one of the main reasons why I wanted to share that story is because a lot of us right now, we are at the cusp, the crossroads. Pick a side. Who you with? How much do you love your family? How much do you really, really love your family? Do you love them enough to pray over them? Do you love your family enough to pray that they find Jesus? Do you love your family enough to hold them accountable for all of the wrong and all of the hurt and pain that they've caused? Do you love your family enough to correct your own issues? Do you love your family enough to save your soul, to save theirs, to get this bitterness out of you, to get this hatred out of you? I've never seen something like this, and I've been watching forensic files and these crime shows for the longest time. I've never seen no shit like that. How could a person literally do that to their own? You know, every day is a gift. Like, we don't have to wake up. We could be in an internal slumber. God don't have to deal with us. He ain't got to tolerate our attitude, our disrespect. He ain't got to say a word. Just let us out here do whatever we want, and call it a day. And he does give us that freedom. I think now is a good time to pray, to get some of this shit off of us, to refocus what our purpose is, what our mission really is, what should we really be doing, and get right. If a child is willing to kill their parents, there's nothing stopping anybody out here from doing anything. The bets are off. We got women and men pedophiles sleeping with students, getting knocked up by them. We got cats out here paying for OnlyFans. We got cats out here paying for robots. We got cats out here unaliving their own parents. We got parents out here unaliving their own children. We got people on social media telling you whatever the hell you want to hear just because it sounds good and it sounds appealing and it's popular. We got people lying to you about what relationships are supposed to look like. We got people up here lying about what marriage is supposed to look like. We got politicians screwing us over. We got so much shit going on out here. You telling me the devil is not real? There's no balance. There's no borders separating you from this. The only thing that's protecting us from what these people suffered is God himself. You didn't die in that car accident because God himself. Maybe you had a horrible upbringing, but you wouldn't have made it to the age you did without him. It's easy to be angry and to be, oh, I'm going to live life the way I want to, and I don't include God in nothing. I don't see nothing about Jesus here, or I don't believe in spirituality. I'm a Buddhist. I do yoga, and yeah, cool. Explain the evil. Explain the unnecessary hatred, the racism, all the shooting, all the killing, why your neighborhoods aren't safe. Explain to me that. You don't need 1 million people to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm just one person, but that don't mean anything. I don't believe that what we are facing right now is without a cause and effect. Our parents and their parents and their parents walked in lust and sin and greed. They allowed the enemy to penetrate the home, get into the infrastructure, and destroy it from the inside out. Nobody's praying anymore. Someone stopped. Somebody didn't intercede. And it spread like a sickness from me to you, to them, to everybody's house. Now, kids are out here fucking outside, behind the alley, behind the school, in the classroom, in the movie theaters, behind the church, smoking, popping pills, doing all types of ungodly, unexplainable things, and all y'all can think about is your TikTok reels and your social media presence and how many people likes you and how many people supports. And how many of you think about the dead? How many people consider what they are dealing with right now, what they face? Doesn't really matter if it was a sinner or a saint. How many people really consider what they deal with in eternity. They are no longer coming back here. Wherever they are, that's where they're going to be at for forever. Forever. There's no this. This is temporary. Do you think about your loved ones and where they are right now? Do you wonder if they're happy? Do you wonder if they're burning in torment? Do you wonder if they're having laughs with God? Do you wonder if they're in a better place? Do you wonder about the suffering that they might be enduring? Do you wonder how the people who are no longer here are living? I mean, really, really honestly think about it. I know it's Thursday. Most people are at work. Most people are just scrolling their timeline. Most people are just being nosy. But if you weren't here right now, if you weren't alive right now, do you think people will be thinking about you? Will they be wondering where you are? If you're okay or not? Wouldn't you want to be reaching out to them, trying to warn them? You ever wonder if you could see what they see, what the dead can see? This is all we know. The camera, the social media, our husbands, our wives, our children, our bills. This is all we see. This is all we know about. Anything beyond this is speculation. This is what the book tells us. It's what the Bible tells us. It's what the news tells us. It's what evangelists tells us. It's what fake preachers tells us. Have you ever had the experience from someone who is deceased and that's all they see? That's all they will ever see. They don't get this. Whatever got you here is for a reason. Whatever's broken, it's probably time to figure it out. Whatever attitudes and whatever spitefulness you might have towards somebody, it's time to let that go. It's time to move on with your life. We got bigger things to deal with. We have more conversations that we need to have. We need to be outpouring. We need to be outreaching to people. Women, men who don't understand what love is, that don't know how to love, that don't know how to reciprocate, that don't know how to do business, that don't know how to raise men, that don't know how to raise women. We need to be implementing more opportunities that make the awareness broader to a larger audience. We're getting into it a little bit too much over trivial stuff. I'm not about to sit up here and argue over who ate the last cupcake or masculinity versus femininity. I'm not about to do all of that shit. There's a protocol, there's a certain order. We are out of order. A man who can kill his mother is crazy to me. Mine has been gone for over a decade, 2 decades actually. That's a long fucking time, a very long time. 2 decades. And I didn't have the greatest relationship with mine, but never ever in my head did I think to dismember my own parents. Like, that's crazy shit. You can't convince me that evil don't exist. But I digress. I'm not trying to preach to nobody. I'm not sitting up here acting like I'm holier than thou, because I struggle every day, every day. I just thought this is something that should be discussed. I wanted to honor her in some type of way. I mean, even that man's child was killed. You kill a infant, a baby. So let me recap real quick. The son kills the mother, beheads the mother, dismembers her, gets his friend to help, and then he tries to lie about it. What they didn't show in this footage was he tried to clean up the crime scene. He used ammonia. He did everything that you would think of to try to get rid of the evidence. Didn't do good enough of a job. The police caught up to him. He tried to plead insanity. They diagnosed him, said, all right, well, based on our analysis, yeah, you're a little cuckoo, but we're still about to drop that 25 on you. 25 is still crazy to me. And then after he gets sentenced and goes to jail, his baby child's mother, the child's mother, is in the house trying to feed the youngest kid. The 3-year-old, I think it was 3 or 4, was hungry. She got tired of hearing the child crying, and so what she did was she took a pole or like a bat. She went to the child. She beat the shit out the child until the child was unconscious. She left the child laying there for like a half an hour or something. Went back to the youngest kid. After about a half an hour or so, she goes back to go check on the toddler. The toddler is still in the same spot that she left him. So what does she do? She takes a white container, fills it with water, leaves the child in the tub of water, emerged completely. It wasn't until the man comes home and discovers that the kid has been in this water for a couple of hours that he's the one who calls the paramedics. They rush the child to the hospital. The child is gone. Where's the humanity in that? There's nothing righteous about that. Her excuse was, I suffer from postpartum. Not buying that. Absolutely not buying that. The mom's gone. His child is gone. He's in jail. The baby mother's in jail. And it's like, how the fuck do people have that type of anger in them? How are you that evil? How can you be that dismissive, that cold, to the point that you would unalive your own parents, your own children? What type of level of I don't care do you have to possess to be able to do some shit like that? That always baffled me. And then it just really dawned on me the reality of it is, as long as we live on this earth, we're just going to have to deal with it, that there are evil people. There are people who would rather live wickedly and allow Satan to use them and take over their entire life than to fight against it to try to be something productive in this world. There are people who would rather give into their sins and give into their thoughts and give into their desires rather than to stand up for something that is absolutely worth standing up for. And the best thing that you can do to fight and combat against it is to be on the prayer wall 24 hours a day, reading, covering your family, covering your loved ones, praying for this nation, praying for your neighbors. You know what the video shows me? The video showed me, and this is what I'm gonna do, man, because I see there's a couple of faces in here. I'm gonna play the video again for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, so you'll understand what I'm talking about. Just to give you further context, just in case you've never heard of this story yourself. The replay, you can check the replay if you want to. I invite you to do it. But I'm gonna let this run real quick.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Okay, so
Make sure that sound is up.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Okay, so I randomly ran across this on Reddit and I am shocked and appalled. Picture here is a man named Bashid Mclean. So in a roundabout way, Bashid was mad because him and his mama had a very tumultuous relationship, and she told him one day while they were arguing, "Hey, you're a bad father." Guess what Bashid did? Stabbed her so many times in her neck that her head was removed. Then he took the head, took a picture with it, posted it on Facebook, and then had his homeboy help dismember the body. And they spread the body parts around the Bronx. Of course, some walkers found it, turned it in, found out it was his mom. He got clocked, went to jail. But of course, his defense pleaded that he was insane. They said, "You might be, but you still getting 25 years. Y'all ever heard about that? Let's chat. And I'm back with another follow-up for the Bashid story. So, several years after Bashid was tried and put in jail for the unaliving of his mother, the mother of his child unalived their child. Follow what I'm saying? Bashid's in jail for unaliving his mother. Several years later, Bashid's baby mother unalived their child. And any of these reports, it never says why she did it, but she did it. So now Bashid unalived his mother, Bashid's baby mother unalived their kid, and now she's in jail, he's in jail. Mama and mama's grandkid is unalive. All for what? Have y'all heard?
All for what? What was the? I don't. There's not a explanation that can be provided to me that would explain such a tragedy. There's nothing that you could say to me that would help me to comprehend beating the shit out of a 3-year-old until the child is unconscious, and then leaving the child there for 30 minutes, then coming back, submerging the child in a tub of water. I look up and down my streets. I see my neighbors. I see my friends. I see people that I used to think were friends. I see people that I used to think were lovers and this, that, and the third. And I always wonder what type of human beings have they become? Shit, I even ask myself, what type of human being have I become? Because every time I turn around and I'm looking at different TV shows and I'm looking at these posts on Instagram and I'm looking at these posts on Threads or Twitter, it's like, damn, y'all be stabbing niggas, y'all be shooting niggas in the face, y'all be throwing motherfuckers out the window and poisoning people with ricin and blowing people up, and this should be over vagina, this should be over dick, this should be over money. You want the insurance, your lazy ass don't want to work nowhere, you don't want to, like, tell me evil don't exist. Tell me that God and the devil doesn't exist. Y'all be hating people for nothing. Y'all be at war with people for nothing. You will go to jail and spend the rest of your life behind bars over someone stepping on your shoe or drinking the last bit of milk. You'll go to jail over somebody antagonizing you on social media. This is the fucking internet. We got the right to say whatever the fuck we want up here. Freedom of speech. That young lady just got assassinated on live stream over what? I just seen another clip of a dude confessing that he shot his girl in the head. What? People are broken. Human beings are broken. Men and women are broken. Women don't give a shit that men are suffering in silence. It's a whole clusterfuck out here, for real, for real. You can pretend like you're the most jovial and the most happy-go-lucky person on the internet all you want. I know better than that. Niggas is hurting. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. Wipe yourself off, man. You're bleeding. You're literally spiritually in agony. You can't rest. You can't sleep. You don't know where to get answers from. You don't know who to go to. You don't know who to talk to. You can't stay consistent on your journey or on your path because you got too many of the wrong motherfuckers around you. And you got folks like this all around us. Parents drowning their children in tubs, leaving them there for weeks. Fathers killing their daughters. I just watched a fucking TikTok. The guy, they still looking for him. I'm gonna have to do a post on that shit too. Like I mix my shit up. I talk about different shit. The father, I believe his name is fucking is Brian something from out Oklahoma. He strangled all three of his kids, 8, 10, and like 13 or some shit. Strangled them all to death. Left him in the fucking woods. And they looking for his ass right now. The dude was homeless, but they gave him visitation rights or some shit like that. How the hell do you give visitation rights to somebody who was homeless? People are broken out here. People are literally going through. But there's, like I said, there's a root cause to all of it. To every behavior, to every bad attitude, to everybody being bougie and stuck up, to everyone who think they too good to talk to me, to everyone who think they too good to stand in line, to everybody who abuses their power. Everybody has a root cause for why they are the way they are. That's a fact. That woman is no longer alive. I can't believe that you could literally take a picture of you holding your mother's head in your hand like it's a fucking. I don't know if he ever saw Aliens versus Predator. He must have thought this was Aliens versus Predator, where this was like his trophy or some shit. Like he literally took a picture of him holding the head. He's holding her head, dismembered head. I don't know if people understand what I'm talking about. He stabbed her so much that her shit was dislocated. He cut her up, dismembered her shit. And he took pictures of the shit. Like, what? Satan is like a roaring lion, constantly attacking and looking for people that he can devour. Who is that? Who are the people that he's after? One of the main reasons why I don't even watch the news, because it's like, damn, every time I turn this shit on, there's always something happening. My thoughts and prayers go out to y'all though. I don't know you. We may never speak, but I from my house to yours, my thoughts and prayers go out to y'all, man, because we are in a day and age where people just don't give a shit. We don't care about your well-being. We don't care about your health. We don't care about your finances. We don't care about your relationships with your people. We don't care about your mental health. We don't care if you're doing okay or not. We don't care about this. We just don't. It's like you stay out my way, I stay out of yours, and we just want to fend for ourselves out here and figure this shit out. Meanwhile, the enemy picking us all apart, just dropping like flies, just dropping. There's no community. There's no togetherness whatsoever. It's just like, hey, you on your own. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got shit to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with it at all. I don't care if you're depressed. I don't care if you're suicidal. I don't care if you don't have companionship, or I don't care if people bully or treat you like this. Folks just don't care whatsoever. Excusing bad behavior, excusing criminal activity, excusing all types of fucked up shit. But I'm the problem. I'm the issue. Oh, excuse me for partaking in some discussions on here that I absolutely find boring and I disagree with. Gotcha. Yeah. Bashid Mclean, sentenced to 25 years. Absolutely disrespectful. 25 years for that crime? There's no way. There's absolutely no way in the world you're going to. That don't sit well with me. How does a pedophile get 100 years, but someone who beheads their own loved one gets 25? Or how does a woman who gets pregnant by a 14-year-old, How the fuck does she only get 5 years, like some weird ass probation period? But like I don't know, man. Some of these laws are backwards as shit. Honestly, completely backwards. It is what it is. I want to say thank you to everybody who tapped in. I'm going to be back live later on today, Lord willing, 7. It's going to be a long weekend, a very long weekend. I got some more shit I got to get uploaded here. A couple more reactions I got to do. But I appreciate everybody who's been subbing, who's been reposting and sharing the footage out. I'm going to be a lot more present. If you thought I was active before, it's about to go up a couple more. There. Oh, real quick too, because I meant to bring this up. I don't even know if I did or not, but the open mic, I'm trying to do the open mic tomorrow, 8 o'clock. If anybody wants to join, email me, shoot me a DM. Love to have you on. Cryptic Creed Paranormal is back, baby. Yeah. Hold on a second. Do I want that one? Let's do this. Cryptic Creed is back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. One of my favorite series created. I'm going to let y'all up off of here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot me a message, hit me up. We'll wrap. Outside of that, I will catch you guys later today. It's all love.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close I hide, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their palms would bleed, begging that generations remember our story.